Alright, so no intros or outros for this thing. I make this a lot more faster than normal do because I got work in about 2 hours, so there's that. But if any guys truly care about myself, you guys really give a rat's and bunny rabbit's foot about myself. Share, comments, hit bell notification. Truly give a rat's about myself. Please subscribe, just in case you guys got the YouTube algorithm. Unfortunately, unsubscribe. Please come back to me and fellow amazing fanatics, subscribers, everyone else in between, my people that were there for me, supporters and viewers and like fanatics that were there from day freaking one thing at the holiday. I mean, you guys are here for the first time, you stumble upon my videos or my what's it called, social media accounts or my profiles accounts. Please be great to come along with the journey adventure with me. But if not, this is the one that's time done. You're never gonna see me again. Not again trying to stress. I'm not trying to make you feel uncomfortable, but it'd be great if you come along. But if not, it is what it is. Water under the bridge. It's all gravy. It's all classy. It's all clear, crystal clear water under the bridge. Totally get it. I'm content and humble with it. This one, I originally wanted to react to one that has Japan had just shot the world with the futuristic technology, but there was another one that had more recently. It's from China. China. Not Russia or Japan or South Korea, but China. It was from GeoVerse. I watched the other one from this other social media girl, like VTuber, James, I think his name's Sunako or Sayo. I think it's Sunako Nairuya. So I'll leave the link to her original video in the description box below if I remember. Hopefully I'm not too much of a lazy piece of crap for that, but it's 1.30, so it's going to be a lot faster than normal. So I got only two little bits of detail, a tiny bit of news to talk about, and then this is the final video for 2025, and that's it. You don't see me until either January 21st or 22nd, so there's that. Dude's one beat around the bush, jump in this reaction at first. See a kind of creepy, esoteric Freemason Illuminati technology going to happen because it's not going to benefit humanity, in my opinion. It's probably going to do opposite. That place in China is already a freaking propaganda, like social credit score dictatorship already. It's only going to be another year or two left before, more or less, it comes over here to the United States. I'm not looking forward to that fucking shit, but fortunately, I'm not going to have a choice. I'm probably going to live out in the forest in Washington, Oregon, or if I'm lucky, maybe I get some real cute girlfriend in Canada that allows me to go over there. Maybe I'll hang out with them. If I'm lucky. I doubt it. So if I don't get to live in Montana for the rest of my life, it's probably going to be over in Washington. Alright. Link to the original is down below. Let's go.
Just shock the world with their technologies. While the rest of the world debates the future, China is already living in it. Space stations orbiting Earth. Cars that drive themselves. Trains that run faster than airplane takeoff speed. Robots working in factories by the thousands. This isn't about politics. This is about a nation that was told no and built it anyway. Better, faster.
I'd be surprised that dude Elon Musk was the one that gave him all that power to get control of those robot AI things. It's only a matter of time before they not only take the humans' jobs, they're gonna just take over everything, you know? Something I don't really like thinking about, but after almost 36 and now going on 37 years in this world, one thing I can say is this. Either get ready to get a bug out bag, try to get as much gold, silver, copper as you can. Get at least 25, 30 years worth of food if you're going to go bugging out for the rest of your life, like how I'm going to bug out for the rest of my life. If poop hits the fan, I want to be ready for it. I want to get some nice little tiny log cabin somewhere in the forest between, if not Washington, it'll be Montana or Oregon somewhere. If anyone of you guys live in Montana, if you could leave a comment under, and tell me how life is over there. If it's not hustling, bustling, how LA or New York or Chicago or parts of Texas or Florida is. It's there's got to be nice little farmland areas that are cheap, right? Hopefully. I'm just saying. Just so any guys that don't live in Montana, maybe if you live in Washington State or the Oregon State, that'd be great if you could let me know, what are the cheapest places to live out there, because I don't want to be in this freaking desert wasteland in Vegas out here for the rest of my life, because it was nice while it lasted. I know I didn't like living in a shithole at all, but it was what it was. If it comes to an end, I know I'm going to miss a lot of the fast food and a lot of the really, really bomb-ass, Mexican and Cuban sort of, Filipino foods and Hawaiian foods that they have out here, which probably not going to find that much in Montana. I might maybe in Oregon or Washington, but I don't know about Montana. But yeah, I hope it doesn't come down to that, but the way technology's going way, way extra. It's going faster than the speed of light. I'm probably going to have to go over there. All right, let's move on.
Possible scale. The future isn't coming. It's already here, and China built it. Let me start with something that sounds impossible. In 2011, the US Congress passed something called the Wolf Amendment, a law that specifically banned China from participating in the International Space Station program. Not Russia, not India, not Japan, just China. The message was clear. You're not welcome here. But here's what Western media won't tell you. China didn't
I heard that one before, the one I showed earlier, Artemis Accords. I know they always, I don't know what it is. I know I gotta put my tinfoil hat, fucking aluminum hat to talk about it, but like, I've heard that name Artemis a couple times in the past, and that has some, I don't know, if it's like some Greek, Roman, Norse mythology that they connect to a false god or whatever, false eldritch demon that they have connections to with that name Artemis. Because I remember even in Ready Player One movie, they had something called the Artemis in that thing. I don't know if that's have anything to do with the microchips that end up controlling people's brains and in the hearts and souls with the whole Margaret the Beast stuff. I hope it doesn't, but honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it's not China that makes it or Russia that creates it. More likely it's going to be either Japan or the United States or Canada somewhere. Or maybe it might be Europe or UK. I'm feeling they're going to be one of the first places I do it, and that day that comes, you're definitely not going to see me ever going after them. Unfortunately. It's not that I don't want to go. I would love to stay more than anything. I want to make sure my own conscience, my own soul, my own salvation to the one above, God, Jesus. I don't want to slap him across the face by doing that, you know? And it's not even about a religious thing or political thing. It's just about fucking, it's more about like not defiance. It's another word, like loyalty. I don't want to break any loyalties or break any ties. And like the one that created all the humans on Earth, you know? So I don't want to end up like pretty much spitting in his face if I did take whatever mark that is to come in the year 2030 or beyond. I don't know. It's fun.
They didn't complain. They went home and built their own.
There's a reason WGU.
Hold on. Okay, we're back.
Right now, 3 Chinese astronauts are living in space. Not on the ISS, but on China's own orbital outpost, the Tiangong. Up there, they're running experiments, performing spacewalks, and watching Earth drift beneath the laboratory they built themselves. Tiangong is a 37-meter modular station, packed with robotic arms, science modules, and enough hardware to rival anything ever launched by a coalition of countries. And here's what makes this absolutely incredible. They built it in just 10 years, not 30 countries working together. One nation moving with purpose. The cost? About $11 billion. Now look at its cousin, the ISS. 109 meters long, funded by over 30 countries, and a price tag north of $150 billion. Tiangong wasn't designed to be bigger, it was designed to be smarter, lighter, more efficient, and it's fully operational today. But space is just the beginning. What's happening on Earth might shock you even more. Visit the port of Shanghai at night, the busiest port on Earth, handling 40 million shipping containers every year. Walk through an entire automated terminal at 2 a.m. and you'll barely see a human being. Automated cranes, self-driving trucks, AI systems running 24/7. The few workers you might spot are supervisors in control rooms or maintenance crews, not the armies of longshoremen that used to run operations like this. And it's not just Shanghai. China has built 7 highly automated ports across the country: Qingdao, Ningbo, Tianjin, Shenzhen. Together, these ports handle 30% of global shipping, with a fraction of the human workforce traditional ports require. 1/3 of everything you buy online passes through ports where automation has replaced most of the manual labor. While other countries debate whether automation will take jobs, China eliminated the debate. They automated massive portions of the supply chain. The future of work isn't coming, it's already here, and the human role in it is shrinking fast. Now let's talk about something we cultured men will appreciate. China just released cars that seem to violate the laws of physics. The Yangwang U8 can rotate 360 degrees without moving forward or backward. Each wheel turns independently, making the entire 2-ton SUV spin in place like it's performing ballet. Need to park in an impossible spot?
I know I've seen something like that before. I think it was 2023 or last year, 2024, or 2 years ago by the time you guys see this. I don't know, 2026, but there was one where like it does like a little crab thing or whatever. Instead of like the tires, you have to move them traditionally, like, I don't know, like between like this way, it goes like this way all the way to like this side. and it goes like really, really extra. It does a wide range 720 freaking turn on the wheels instead of like the old traditional cars used to go up to like there. That shit scared the fuck out of me too, I'm not gonna lie. All this shit's just scaring the living hell out of me, man. Honestly, it's not making me feel any better. Eventually, by the time 2030 comes around, I'm probably gonna end up getting replaced at my hotel casino place I work on. I'm not really looking forward to that, but either I do that and go homeless for the rest of my life, or I don't know, try to get some other job where it's just gonna be, I don't know, either like something that hopefully AI doesn't take over, or I don't know, because I can't live off volunteer work. I have to make money, obviously, so I don't know what I'm going to end up doing after 2030. I have no clue. I just hope Jesus guides me in the right direction, that's all. Let's move on.
It walks sideways. All 4 wheels synchronized, moving the vehicle laterally into spaces that shouldn't be physically possible.
That's so freaky. It looks like it's doing ice skating. What the hell?
But here's where things get truly bizarre. Drive this SUV into 1.5 meters of water and it doesn't sink. It has an emergency floating mode.
Shit. What? Emergency
The doors seal, the chassis floats. The wheels can propel it through water for up to 30 minutes.
What the hell? I mean, I've seen that with Hummers before in like 2020 or 2021 when whole pandemic scandemic COVID-19 was happening, but I only seen them only last for like 5 or 10 minutes. I think the Teslas, they can't do that, but they could still stay underwater for about 5 or 8 hours until they end up giving out. So that's nothing new to me, but I haven't seen these SUV things. They float for like 1 hour straight without the freaking engine blowing out. Wow. That right there, that's great. Another humanity achievement, but well, the robots, unfortunately, I don't know, they secretly try to take out humans at the same time. So it's like, even though I couldn't put my trust in humanity before, I don't know if I'm able to do that with robots, which I probably won't. It is what it is.
Now meet the U9, BYD's answer to supercars.
They showed this one earlier.
This vehicle has claimed remarkable performance figures, with reported test speeds reaching nearly 500 kilometers per hour, potentially among the fastest production EVs ever made. But speed isn't even the impressive part. This car can jump. The suspension system lifts each wheel 75 millimeters off the ground in just 40 milliseconds.
It's like a hydraulic thing.
The entire car bounces on command. You can even synchronize it to music if you want.
Oh. I mean, this is nothing new. What was it, 1960s, or it was the early mid-70s, or early 80s, it was the 60s, 70s. I know California was kind of like the first place to do that in the world. They had the lowrider hydraulics that go up and down and bounce really high up in the air, but I don't know if they did it while they were driving or not. So I have seen technology like this before, but like not when it's driving. So it jumps way high as hell. And it dances to the music. What the frick? Huh? What the heck?
A $233,000 supercar doing a choreographed dance. Meanwhile, Ferrari charges $500,000 and your car just sits there. The IM-L6 slides horizontally into parking spaces. Not backing in, not pulling forward, sliding.
Slide directly. But no, they had that here in the United States, I think, a year or two ago, but I think it was only the trucks that did that.
Weighs like a crab.
The crab.
It can easily navigate through tight way you would normally see at a densely populated megacity.
That's still crazy. Alright, hold up. Alright, let's keep going.
And the Z9 GT drifts into parallel parking spots. Rear wheels spinning in opposite directions while the front wheels anchor. The car literally slides sideways into position like it's in a Fast and Furious movie. This isn't advanced parking assistance. This is automotive sorcery. Last year, BYD sold 3 million electric vehicles, more than Tesla, more than anyone, and they're just getting started.
Tesla. That's probably only in China, though. I'm not surprised.
But electric vehicles have always had one problem: charging time. Or they did until now. BYD has announced ultra-fast charging infrastructure that can deliver 400 kilometers of range in just 5 minutes. Not an hour, not even 20 minutes. 5 minutes. The time it takes to use a restroom. They call it megawatt class charging. It delivers
It
1,000.
really should be 3 or 4 minutes, not 5 minutes. But man, that's still crazy. Imagine they get one to 1 minute. Would that like burn the lithium battery and cause it to blow up or something, or what? Because that's kind of dangerous, bro. It's kind of this technology, man. I feel like as humans, we really don't deserve this, but we're getting too spoiled with this stuff, man. Especially the rich people. Fuck them. I don't care, man. Unless they really care about God, and it's probably the only good rich people that exist.
Kilowatts of power. To put that in perspective, charging your phone uses about 1 watt. This is literally 1 million times more powerful. The technology is being installed and tested now. If it scales as promised, filling up a gas tank will take longer. The last remaining objection to electric vehicles could evaporate. BYD isn't just improving charging, they're working to make the wait time irrelevant.
No way. Oh, no, man.
In recent years, China has staged
I was
record-breaking.
about to say, that thing was able to like go so fast it could go on top of like liquid water too. That's insanity, bro.
Shows with tens of thousands of synchronized drones filling the night sky. Dragons, phoenixes, entire animated stories painted in light above cities. And if you think that's just special events, walk through any major Chinese city at night. 3D billboards tower over streets in Shanghai, Beijing, Guangzhou.
That stuff's not new. I've seen those, what, 2006 or 7, or I think 2008 or 9 when I first saw something like that. But like, it was a lot of old like BitChute like conspiracy theories. Oh, like China and Russia are gonna take over the world. The United States is gonna be freaking nothing. We won't be the superpower nation in the world that guides the light to everyone and controls everything. Nah. I swear, if China, Russia, or North Korea, or some other country in Europe takes over the whole freaking superpower of the world and it's not here in America anymore, honestly, since I'm not a super patriotic, standing patriotic, red-blooded, blonde-haired, blue-eyed, white person in America, citizen, like, not really gonna give a shit if it takes taking over or not, because I already knew, just like how other places in history, like, when people thought Rome was never gonna fall, look what happened to Rome. Or places like Egypt or Atlantis, even if Atlanta was in a real place or not, or the Mayan Aztec culture, that wasn't going to last forever, but it did, unfortunately. And then like the first time where London, UK, I don't know if it was like the 14, 16, 1700s, where it burned to the ground real bad. And it took them like, I don't know, 30, 50, 100 years to be another conglomerate superpower of the world. And probably the same goes for Canada, or even like that old ancient times where like New York, and then I don't know if it was New York that burned to the ground like 200-300 years ago, or if it was Chicago and San Francisco or LA that burned real bad in the 1900s, and they had to rebuild everything all over again. And shit's not gonna last forever, man. Every civilization for the past hundreds and thousands of years, like, there's a certain time limit. They get to have a lot of power and rule and authority over a lot of slavery, mentally lower class, poor people like us, you know? It's always going to be a certain time. Eventually, sooner or later, that sand of time, that last grain hits the freaking hourglass. That's it. That place is either going to get blown up in a million pieces and never come back again, like Rome or the Aztec Mayan place, or any of the empires and places and emperors, empires and castles that ruled a lot of humans' faith and humanity and all that. It doesn't last forever. Like with a robot AI machine behind it, that might end up being different and not for the best. I know I'm being a lot more negative and pessimistic in this video than I am on a lot of my other videos. I'm try to be positive looking, but that's just my worldview, how I see it.
Chengdu features one of the world's largest, a massive curved LED screen that makes buildings come alive with light. Giant pandas climbing skyscrapers, spaceships launching from rooftops, whales swimming through the air between buildings. China isn't just building the future, they're making it spectacular. But those are just displays.
Wow.
What happens when the technology starts walking around? Or flying to your doorstep? In major Chinese cities, delivery drones zip between apartment buildings, dropping packages on balconies with pinpoint accuracy. No delivery driver, no waiting. Just a drone that knows exactly where you live.
I don't like that.
Walk into certain Chinese...
I don't like that the drone knows where I fucking live. No. Nah. Frick that bullshit, because you really think I want some Amazon or USPS or UPS thing know my location where I live at? Like, oh, there you go. No, it lives. No, I'd rather have it just go to either the grocery store or the Walmart or Target or some other business $1 billion compliancy, like, sort of corporation area or just some random park. I'd probably rather have that or an ice cream store, or maybe like a bar, or maybe a movie theater. That's where I would want that stuff to deliver to me. I wouldn't want to have my IRL home address. Because what if somebody ends up trolling, pranking? Oh, wait, by the way, that ends up being like a grenade or a bomb or worse, like a missile that explodes your whole house and just kills you right there. And I know YouTube doesn't like the word kill, but I'm sorry. I gotta call it how I see it. This shit is just psyop mind control and steroids in China, man. They're at the forefront of that shit. I feel so bad for the people that are like on their social credit scores, or they're all homeless and they can't ever get a house or a wife, kids ever again. Like, that's sad as hell, man. I mean, we'd have so many homeless people here in America, and imagine how much worse when the United States comes exactly what a clone of China ends up being. It's probably gonna be after Donald Trump's done being president. I don't know, because I know I don't like those Chinese people that much. I know he pretends and acts like he has a good relationship with them. I wouldn't be surprised.
And you won't see a single human server.
Alright, hold on. I'm back.
Robot waiters glide between tables, taking orders, delivering food, clearing dishes.
I've seen this a couple times where I work at my hotel casino job, or sometimes I see those little robots like serve the people their food and their stuff like that. And so before like these things were around, I used to go like at like to these two spots. I used to go to either Dairy Queen or go to like the Earl of Sandwiches, or what was it called? Fuck. I forgot the name. Nathan's Hot Dogs. They have a Nathan's Hot Dogs thing there, and then they sometimes have like either Jimmy John's there or Panda Express. I used to go there a couple times, but now when 2020 happened, I had to not go there anymore because the whole thing got shut down. But once I noticed in May or June 2022 came around, they started putting a lot of these little robot waiters all over the place. That's when I was like, yeah, I'm not fucking eating there no more. And I remember I even heard these little, I don't know if there were a bunch of TikToks or YouTube shorts or shown like in the year 2050 or 2070 or 2060 something. I'm gonna be a very old man if I'm still alive in this earth by the time it's 2050 to 2070. I'm gonna be like between 61 and 81, 82 years old by that point. There's gonna be a thing called like robot racist, robot clankerist, or like metalist or metalphobic or robophobic. I'm probably gonna be one of those old behito dudes that end up being that, honestly. And that's real sad to say now, but given another 10, 30 more years, I'm not even gonna be a part of society anymore after that. And like thinking about it now, it's just yeah, that really fucking puts a damper on everything there. Well, yeah, let's get going.
Mechanical precision. But here's where things get unsettling. A company called X Robots has created humanoid robots so realistic you cannot tell they're machines until they move. Lifelike skin, natural facial expressions,
Okay, that looks
eyes
fake
that track movement just like a real person.
No.
They're being deployed in museums, hospitals, and customer service.
See, they look like that. They look like the same thing that they did in that Sony PS4, PS5 game. Like Detroit Become Human, or the Deus Ex Human thing, or Doom Eternal, and like two other ones I'm trying to think of. The one where it had that kitty cat, where you had to go through all these robot civilizations, like Stray, and then a little bit like that one that was like a near Autonoma. It was called the girl Eve or whatever. Oh, it was called. It wasn't Bayonetta 3, but it was kind of like the same thing. The girl's name was Eve. I don't remember the name, but it had that real pretty, sexy South Korean, like really hot girl model. Damn, I'll leave it in the description box below. I know I talked about it on this channel before. I kind of list like that, but when they have all the skin and all that, they look very, very humanoid.
Across China. And when you interact with one, that split second before you realize it's not human, that's deliberate design. Then there's Xpeng's robotics division. They just unveiled a humanoid robot with movement so fluid, it looks almost human. No jerky mechanical...
It looks like the one for Elon Musk they showed in 2023 or 2024. And it kind of looks like the other scary shit, not like Black Mirror, but the other thing that was Westworld. It almost looks like the Westworld thing, but I think it had a whole bunch of big blue things on it, and then like a silver like button on the back of its head.
No robotic stiffness. It walks, gestures, and moves with an organic flow that crosses into the uncanny valley. The movement is too realistic for a robot. It
Movement
makes a
still
lot of
looks
people
like
on the
crap.
internet
It's
didn't believe what
janky.
they see. So Xpeng have to cut through the robot skin just to show it's a real mechanical robot. Xpeng built this using the same AI systems that power their autonomous vehicles. They're not just making a robot, they're making a machine that moves like you do. But the real revolution isn't happening in showrooms, it's happening in factories. November 2025, UB Tech completed the world's first mass delivery of humanoid robots. Not prototypes, not demonstrations, hundreds of full-size industrial robots actually shipped to actual factories. The Walker S2. Companies like BYD, Geely, Volkswagen, and Foxconn are deploying them right now. These robots work 24/7. When their battery runs low, they walk to a charging station and swap it themselves, autonomously, in 3 minutes.
Wow.
UB Tech already has $800 million in orders for this year
They
alone.
know how to charge
Target for
them,
2026? 5,000 units. For 2027? 10,000 units.
Oh.
And here's what makes this significant. Unitree Robotics sells humanoid robots for just $16,000. Less than a new car. When you can mass produce robots at that price, you're not deploying one or two, you're building at scale.
I know I keep getting these anime hentai freaking things. Hold on. I swear to God, you're just gonna end up restricting that. They keep showing me more freaking like little etchy hentai freaking commercials like that, man. Annoying as hell. Alright, let's get going.
Scale. It's only a matter of time before someone making real steel out of these robots. Now think about this for a second. The lifelike realism of X robots, the fluid, human-like movement of Xpeng, produced at the mass scale and price point UB Tech and Unitree have achieved. That's not science fiction, that's the logical next step, and it's probably already in development. This isn't a sci-fi movie, this is happening right now. China isn't building the world's most advanced humanoid robot, they're building humanoid robots that factories can actually afford, at scale, by the thousands. You're not looking at experiments anymore. You're looking at an industrial revolution happening in real time. All of this, built in the last decade. Most of it operational right now. But what happens when a nation with this level of technological capability turns it towards something else? Something that makes people deeply uncomfortable. Let's talk about surveillance. China has built a surveillance system with 600 million cameras called Skynet. Yes, that is...
Oh, yeah. That's the one thing when I was like in 90s or 2000s, because I used to hear about stuff. Oh, China has all this mass surveillance and you have no freedom of speech or freedom of religion anymore. You just had to obey the Syrian dictator, not Kim Jong-un, the other dude, Xi Jinping. The wrong thing is already happening over there, man. My soul goes out.
Actual name of this advanced surveillance system. They've deployed 3.5 million 5G base stations. That's more than 60% of all 5G infrastructure on Earth. The US has around 100,000. Skynet isn't just recording footage, it's real-time facial recognition, behavior analysis, and tracking across entire cities. All powered by ultra-fast wireless infrastructure handling massive data flows instantly. Walk down any street in a major Chinese city, and Skynet identifies you, tracks your movements, logs where you've been. The system flags jaywalkers, identifies people not wearing masks, analyzes behavior patterns in real time. During railway station trials, these identified fugitives within days.
Fugitives.
Humanoid robots patrol Shenzhen streets. Robot dogs monitor business districts, but here's where it gets wild. China just deployed spherical patrol robots that can actually chase down criminals. These aren't your typical security cameras on wheels. They're built like armored bowling balls that can roll at high speed through narrow alleys, upstairs, and across rough terrain. When they catch up to a suspect, they deploy capture nets that launch out and immobilize the target. And the craziest part? They're nearly indestructible. Reinforced shells designed to withstand impacts, kicks, even being thrown off buildings. Criminals can't smash them, can't outrun them, can't escape them. This technology is powerful and controversial. Privacy advocates call it dystopian. China calls it efficient. But Skynet works at a scale no other nation has attempted. Crime rates in surveilled areas have dropped. Missing persons found within hours. Fugitives identified in crowds of millions. China built this system while the West debated privacy rights. Now it's operational. And expanding. But surveillance only monitors the present. What about building the future? China isn't just building futuristic technology, they're building futuristic minds to operate it. Starting this year, every child in Beijing as young as 6 years old is required to take AI classes, at least 8 hours every school year. That's millions of children learning to code artificial intelligence before they learn long division. China has designated 184 schools to test even more.
I seen this video. My dude KJ and Richard from Boston talked about this shit, man. I'm so glad I'm not a parent and I brought a kid in this world, dude. This is fucking depravity. It's depression among the highest and the lowest of the low, man. I don't know why parents would even want to bring their kids to think, oh, like, you control technology with your brain, you control it with your neural links, you have nothing to hide. It's totally fine. No. That's not right, dude. It's not. I'm sorry if I'm sounding like a crazy conspiracy theorist. I know you guys probably can unsubscribe to my channel, but like, if you're a parent or a mother or father out there and you give your kids, especially if you live in China, this technology, you should be beyond ashamed of yourself. You shouldn't have deserved to have children in the first place. You're gonna hook them up on all these wires and monitors and think like nothing bad. The repercussions are gonna be outlandishly bad because they are gonna destroy the hell out of your kid's psyche, man. I'm just saying.
AI education programs. These kids aren't just learning about artificial intelligence, they're learning to build it themselves. By the time these children become adults, they'll be controlling technologies that don't exist yet.
Oh, God.
While other countries debate whether AI should be taught at universities, China is teaching it to 6-year-olds. That's not preparing for the future, that's manufacturing it. And what does that future look like when it arrives? But at least traditional transportation still needs human drivers, right? Actually, forget drivers. These trains don't even touch the ground. China's maglev system has achieved test speeds of 600 kilometers per hour. That's faster than most airplanes during takeoff. These trains don't have wheels. They levitate. Magnetic forces lift the entire train off the track. Zero friction, zero physical contact, just pure speed. The Shanghai maglev carries passengers 30 kilometers in just 7 minutes. You barely have time to check your phone before you've arrived. And this isn't some experimental project. China has built 45,000 kilometers of high-speed rail network. That's more than the rest of the world combined.
Oh my God.
Regular trains run at 350 kilometers per hour in commercial service every single day. Beijing to Shanghai covers 1,300 kilometers in 4.5 hours. That's like traveling from New York to Miami in the time it takes to watch 2 movies. They're still building more, connecting entire regions, making domestic flights obsolete. China has trains moving faster than most countries' bullet trains even exist. Think about that for a second. In most of the world, high-speed rail is still a dream being debated in city councils. In China, it's already obsolete. They've moved on to the next thing. And sometimes, that next thing is pure spectacle.
Hold up. Yeah, it's almost over. I'm gonna talk some things right now. Hold on.
So here's the pattern. Banned from ISS, built Tiangong. Semiconductor restrictions, built their own foundries. Huawei blocked, deployed 3.5 million 5G base stations. Every exclusion became fuel. And China learned this from America's Marshall Plan. After World War II, America rebuilt defeated enemies, Japan and Germany, instead of punishing them. That strategy created 70 years of American-led order. China studied that playbook with one difference. America rebuilt from total dominance. China executed this while being actively excluded. When you control 80% of battery production, the world's largest 5G network, and potentially the only space station after 2030, you don't need to exclude anyone. You set the standards. The Marshall Plan in reverse. But here's what makes this position unshakable. All this technology, EVs, robots, 5G, space stations, depends on rare earth elements. China controls 85 to 90% of global processing capacity. You can't build an EV battery without them, can't make advanced tech, and it takes 10 to 15 years to build alternative facilities. China spent those years building, while everyone else debated. That's a strategic advantage that won't disappear overnight. So what does this mean? In 2011, China was banned from the ISS. 13 years later, they lead in space stations, EVs, 5G, and control the rare earths everything depends on. They built it better, cheaper, at impossible scale. Then open the door. Everyone's invited. This is what happens when exclusion becomes motivation, when no becomes fuel. Every automated port, every levitating train, every humanoid robot is China saying, "We refuse to quit." The nation the West tried to lock out is now setting terms in multiple industries. The future isn't coming, it's already here, and China built it. This is GeoVerse. We document the nations that refuse to quit. The mega projects the world said were impossible. While the world debates what's possible, we show you what's actually being built. If you're into this, smash that like button. Drop a comment. Did the Wolf Amendment backfire? Should the West have collaborated instead? Consider subscribing. Next week, another nation, another mega project that will blow your mind. Because the future isn't made by people waiting for permission. It's made by those who build regardless. This is GeoVerse. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, obviously overall thoughts, views, and opinions, speculations, hot takes, yada yada yada, vibes, feelings, thoughts at the time, top of the dome. worldviews, etc. Bullet points. My high, super mega controversial hot takes on this. 99 to 98%, I completely disagree that this is going to be the benefit for humanity. This is going to be the detriment of humanity. Maybe 2-3% when it comes to the whole medical field and entertainment field, and I don't know. Like, I don't know, helping old ladies and old men at the grocery store, trying to help them with moving heavy stuff. Yeah, maybe that's a good benefit for it, but the rest of the other 97%, it's gonna be bad. Bad. Like, beyond any words I can even spew out of my freaking mouth, bro. I don't know when the New World Order, One World Order government ends up coming, but then it does. Whether it's the United States or Canada, the freaking dollar collapses forever when all this other shit just blows up into a million pieces. I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't know how they're going to implement it. I don't know what type of psychological psyop event they're going to do to either push Civil War or WW3, which I heard some weird, scary ass shit that, like, a lot of people, I don't know if it's people that are searching, Google searching it, or Yahoo, or going on Brave or DuckDuckGo, whatever the search engine algorithm that they're using to, like, searches, but they said that the Google trends are saying, oh, there's going to be a scary psyop event that happens at Disney World or Disneyland or something like that, and then that what might trigger WW3 or the civil version of that war. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be that, or the stock market crashes, or something super scary as fuck happens in either Florida or Chicago, New York, Texas, or Florida, or any of those places. Actually, New York City. I mean, there's a second 911 that goes down. Like, I think that's probably what's going to lead into ushering of the one world government, NWO. I've heard since like 2009, back when the first years when Obama was president, and then after that was Trump, and of course the other dude, Bo Jiden, aka Joe Biden, and then of course the other dude, Trump again. I don't know how it's gonna happen. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know the future. All I know is this: I'm praying to Jesus and the Father, Son, Holy Spirit that I have a good enough salvation of a relationship to Him to leave this earth, and hopefully, I'm praying hard as hell on my knees that I don't end up getting like stand on this earth for whatever's gonna happen, because I know it's not gonna be good. It's gonna be the worst, evilest things humanity has ever seen, more in this life than any other time of history that's ever happened. Whether I live through that or not, I'm praying, God willing, Hashim, Jesus Christ, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, protect me in your blood. I hope that He guides me, and hopefully He doesn't let me suffer pain and suffering and suffer for the rest of my life, because I don't want to be here when all this shit pops off. I don't. But if my boy, there's another one, like Size Richard from Boston, another dude, KJ Osborne, scariest movie ever, AK. KJ is what happened. They're right about that stuff. Or Nicholson, 1968. I don't know what happened to him, because last time I heard him it was like 2020. So it's been like almost 6 years the last time I heard about him. He said the only way you leave this earth is when Jesus showed it to everyone. You live here as a man, and you have to die here as an old man. Even though, like, he ended up resurrecting after 3 days. He went back up to heaven. That was it. So he didn't really get to die as an old man. He died as a very young man at 33. So, I don't know, man. The only thing I can tell you guys is, I know a lot of you people may or may not believe in Jesus and the Holy Spirit and the Father, Son. I know some people hate that name more than anything. I get it. I understand it. I respect that. But at the same time, especially for a lot of atheists and monotheists and theologian people that don't believe in religion or politics, but I don't believe in religion or politics either. I just try to make sure I have some sort of, not beneficial per se, just a good relationship with God, and that's it, man. Because honestly, I don't want to be here when all this fucking shit pops off, where I have to live in the forest in Oregon or Washington for the rest of my fucking life. Because that's not how I want to go out, man. But at the same time, if that's the only way, that's the unfortunate way I have to go out. If I have to go down, I'm going to go down. I'm not going to say firearms blazing, but I don't know. Maybe like lasers blazing, or fucking, even though they don't unalive people, but I don't know, tasers blazing or something. I don't know. The last thing I'll say is this: China, I don't know. I don't know what it is about them. always been like 10 years ahead of futurism technology, even more than like whatever South Korea or Taiwan or Japan's ever done. They've always been way, way further ahead when it comes to futuristic, scary ass technology that they do, you know? I know it's one of the one things my old man believes in. You know, he doesn't believe in half of the shit I'll tell him, but the other half, when it comes to the whole, oh, the mark of the beast and stuff, and Jesus is coming, you gotta prepare. You guys gotta prepare yourself and your souls. And like, he even tells me once in a while, I don't know what you guys do in your spare time, whatever you guys are doing in your apartments, but just know that the Lord's gonna be coming. But then again, like, he was always a paranoid, freaking dumbass half the time, anyways. Especially when the way my grandfather raised him to be fearful almost every single day of your life, be almost fucking fearful that, oh, God's gonna come in this moment, he's gonna come at that moment. Like, I never really got that super paranoid about it. I'm just gonna try to live my life as best as I can. If I did the best that I can, hopefully God sees it, that's great. But if I don't, not to go to the fucking burning lake of fire in hell for the rest of my life, I guess I didn't do a good job, unfortunately. That's just me talking about. I don't care how much wealth and materialism I ever get on this earth, however many Pokemon cards I get, however many video games I get. None of that shit's not gonna matter if I don't get to make it up there, you know? I'm just saying. Long story short, try to have faith in something, you know? Anyways, let's get to the two little quick current events news, and I'll be done. Hold on, I'll see you in a quick second. Okay, so for some reason the thing got cut off, but it says Nicki Minaj always yada yada, Mr. Orange Man, Trump supporters, Kelsey Crowley, and Kimberly Robinson. So I guess she ended up appearing. Says, was Nicki Minaj always a Trump supporter? She spoke at Turning Point USA. And I'm going to get into politics too much, but I just decided, like, because I know who this one is. I know how this freaking chick has always been since like 2008, 2009. And now she's like this other chick, along with Erica Kirk. And I've seen some of the stuff that she was a part of before she was with Charlie Kirk. And I'm not gonna say it's evil stuff, but she was like, I don't know, I think she was part of Miss Nebraska, Oklahoma, 2006, 2008. And then she was a part of like Miss Universe. And I think she was like a Lifetime Hallmark actress for a while too. So I have a lot of suspicions about this witch. I don't know. And her collaborating with this one, the Queen Bee, she used to be calling herself the head bitch in charge, Nicki Minaj. Unless that was that other girl that was in Flavor of Love. I think I got her and the other black chick, New York, from Flavor of Love. She used to say HBIC. So I don't know if Nicki Minaj took that from her. Because when it comes to her and the other chick, Cardi B, I'm not like. And then you got ones for Gen Zers, like the sexy red chick and then the icy spice chick or whatever. So, like, it's literally the same thing over and over, in my opinion. But let's just read a little bit of this. It says, rapper Nicki Minaj spoke at Turning Point USA at America Fest on December 21st, expressing support for Mr. Trump, Donald Trump. This week, the conference in Phoenix, Arizona grew major GOP figures, including Vice President Mr. Vance, J.D. Vance. That was the first annual summit since Turning Point. Co-founder Mr. Charlie Kirk was, can't say that word, but I already did earlier. While speaking at a Utah campus in September, Nicki Minaj made a surprise appearance, a conversation with Kirk's widow, Erica Kirk, who took over the leadership of the organization after her husband's passing. Oh yeah, and then she says something. That's some messed up shit, but I think she said that, oh, I know that you and J.D. Vance are making a cool assassin sort of, like, killing and, like, trying to get people to be conservatives. I think she says something to that point. I don't know if it was this right here. Alright. Okay. Oh, wow, I didn't know she said that. And Donald Trump said he was trying to make him, and I said in a clip post on YouTube, let Martha Stewart run her company on the same way and be the same way. Expletive, oh, evil. It says bitch or something. But Donald Trump, he gets to hang out with young, blank, and 50 different wives and just be cool. Donald, we love you. That's crazy, man. I don't know. A lot of these people are probably in the same typical, the whole one world order and the world order cult, so I don't believe anything these fools say. And then this one, I gotta credit to my dude, as always, either Spawnwave or Dreamcast guy. I think one of them two said it. It's 2026, Microsoft will discuss future of Xbox gaming ecosystem. This comes from thay. It says, an interview with BBC's Jason Ronald, Vice President and Next Gen teased something in the announcement next year. We want to celebrate the rich and heritage of the history of Xbox, as well as define the future of Xbox ecosystem. While Ronald didn't announce anything specific, we can assume the future Xbox consoles will be unveiled in 2026. It did say something about this earlier. I wanted to look at it real quick, because when I looked at the AI thing that Google was talking about, it said that it says rumors suggest that the future Microsoft Xbox studios like Halo, Forza, Gears will be developed with AI software and hardwares. This is fake. I doubt it. That's probably going to be real though. Official statements, insider reports of late 2025, early 2026 indicate that the AI is being explored as a development tool to assist human creators, not replace them entirely. I call bullcrap on that 100%, 100 billion%. You guys can read the rest if you want. In summary, while AI is a significant focus on Microsoft's technology moving forward, current news indicates that it is being integrated as a supplementary tool and hardware feature, not as a sole creator of their flagship franchises. I don't know, bro. If anything, I think the AI, even though they have the AI stuff that's still in its baby toddler steps right now, eventually in the less than, I would even say not 8 or 5 years, probably like 2 years or next year even, I don't know. It's going to get so hyper realistic that you're not going to be able to believe anything, and not even on the news anymore. I stopped believing in news shit way back in 2009, so. Other normie sheeps though, I don't know. They're probably not going to be able to believe any of that no more. So, sucks. I'm not doing no outro today. Hope you guys have a good 2026. Peace out, Mr. Hardcore. Lazy, goodbye, see you on the flip side. Extra cautious, playing the grand cheese, sits help, easy with yourself. Peace out, just goodbye, see you on the flip side, all the good stuff. Like I said, stay tuned for other stuff I usually do. They're like reaction review segments, yada yada, like this one. Once in a while, sci-fi things or hyper reaction review segments. I'll do the full thing, why not? Hyper reaction review segments, either indie cartoons or video game industry trailer news for video game consoles, and of course some Hollywood movie, like either live action or animation, cartoon reaction, video commentary reviews as well. And that's it. Stay on the grass seasons as hell. They already said that. Late and bye. See you extra people on the flip side. Happy Merry late early Christmas, happy early New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. I'll be back when videos return. See you next year, 2026. I'm going on out. Stay extra cautious. Goodbye.